Caffeine AI is the only self-writing platform that uses crypto tech. It does use Web2 to generate code, but everything gets deployed on ICP's blockchain, so finished products are still 100% on-chain, making all of Caffeine's websites and apps insulated from hackers and censorship. It doesn't use traditional internet architecture or the typical software services that most app depends on. This is because Internet Computer Protocol is its own sovereign internet and sidesteps up to 90% of Web2 infrastructure. And with Caffeine AI, users don't need professional developers anymore. It's the cherry on top for liberating the people online. If the average person has an idea for an app, they can just text the AI what they want and it will send them a web link of it. And users own the apps through a native account on Caffeine or by connecting a crypto wallet, which is the most secure option. ICP has the best wallets in crypto. Their user authentication and security is the best in the world. You can use the internet identity or the OIC wallet to connect to Caffeine, and you'll be able to own and operate your software anonymously. Even if you pay through a credit card, payment processors will not be able to trace your activity or what you've built. But if you're still paranoid, there will be the option to pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course, ICP in the future. But keep in mind, Caffeine can shut you down if you're committing crimes. The platform doesn't monitor its users, but if it's discovered through traditional investigation that someone is committing crimes, Caffeine can work with the law enforcement. So this is as decentralized as it gets while still complying with the law and the regulators. And investors should actually be bullish about this. ICP is practical and takes real-life adoption seriously. It needs to comply with the authorities. Now, competitors like Lovable, Replit, and Cursor live entirely in Web2, and they have to deal with all of its clunky body parts. This might not make an in-your-face difference to end users, but does apply operating pressure behind the scenes. I'm not saying Caffeine doesn't have its own challenges, but it does bypass Web2 monopolies and vendor lock-in. Since Caffeine AI is crypto-based, it also has notable advantages. You've probably heard of orthogonal persistence, so what is it? It's a useful feature that streamlines software development. Developers don't have to micromanage their data, like saving their progress over and over again, or pulling out their hair if something crashes. A simple analogy would be, imagine you're playing a video game and you forget to save, and you then die and have to start from far back. With orthogonal persistence, the game auto-saves every frame, so you don't have to worry about it. It then provides a rollback feature so you can rewind back to any decisions you regretted and start in a fresh new direction. And let's say you're facing the last boss and the power goes off. As soon as it comes back, you're right where you left off. So you don't have to worry about losing everything if your computer crashes. This is important because AI hallucinates and can destroy all your progress if one prompt goes bad. And being able to conveniently go back solves an industry-wide problem. But perhaps its most advantageous feature is it allows you to upgrade your software while the software is live. On Web2, you'd have to take it down entirely and put it in the shop until it's ready to put back on. Caffeine AI will also have its own app store. If you create something useful, you'll be able to put it on their app market and make money. Although I wish they named it the App Cafe. That just makes more sense to me, but whatever. Now anyways, apps on the market will also double as templates for builders who want to fast track their ideas. So for example, if you wanted to create a web store, you could pick one of the many established ones and then tweak it how you want to personalize it for your business. If you create an app others buy, crypto can automate royalty distribution very efficiently. So if it becomes popular, you could get rich. What makes Caffeine unique is having these crypto abilities that no other competitor will have. State management is far superior, and in a way, it allows you to tokenize your projects. The states you put up for sale can mint themselves into paying customers' wallets who can then tinker with them how they want. This doesn't affect the original, and you can duplicate it infinitely. Caffeine calls it cloning, and this will be a large part of the platform's inside economy. Now, cloning will also remove a large amount of computation, as AI won't need to waste energy recreating things that it's already made 1,000 times. And users won't have to pay for any of the errors when trying to recreate those things. They can just get a jump start. And ICP in general has amazing composability. Their smart contract canisters can interact with each other seamlessly, securely, and at web speeds. On Web2, everything is scattered and siloed. If you needed multiple features for your app, you need to combine multiple third-party services. This creates bridges, which creates more surface area for attack and entanglement fatigue, not to mention having to deal with multiple profit-driven entities who can sabotage you for their own gain. Building software on ICP can be similar to putting Lego blocks together with no obstacle in between pieces or intermediaries who don't want to share without a high price. My expectation is to one day see a feature menu where you can just drop and drag abilities into your app. For example, do you want to add a messaging layer? Click and drag OpenChat's messaging services into it. It would be that easy. And you can have hundreds of features that also connect to wider communities, but within the comfort of your own self-made interface. Now, another ability, being crypto-based, can allow you to quantify a wider range of moving pieces. This gives an opportunity for new monetization models that the AI industry is struggling to figure out. In fact, the reality of AI right now is that the biggest companies have prioritized chasing the best capabilities while recklessly sticking their necks out. They invest billions even though they're still trying to wrap their heads around trying to make a profitable business model. The most common are subscription-based models or accessory features like Grok that can attract more users to the platform. Now, it looks like Caffeine is going to choose a subscription model, but for the sake of management, this quantifying ability still provides a useful value attribution for every granular thing. And what I'm saying is this tokenizes the analytics, which can offer far more awareness and levers to steer the ship. Web 2 is easily discombobulated, and AI is a lot of weight to put on its structure. It's like needing to spin plates to keep things working, while ICP provides a sturdy table that's bolted down. Things can be set to the cycle price too, so it's not affected by spikes in cloud provider fees, who often inflate prices when they're overloaded with traffic. And since ICP can funnel almost every software service in one place, AI also has a bigger tool set to play with less friction and less attack surfaces. I know Caffeine is using Claude, but Dfinity invented the Motoko coding language just for this reason. So we should see some more migration on-chain in the future. Now, regular AI learns from its users, turning them into an asset for their companies. Grok is a good example because the intellectual elite of almost every industry congregates on X, and Grok can learn from their conversations, but users don't get rewarded for these contributions. They're the customer and a type of livestock. It's important to know that data is natively protected on ICP. ICP can create barricades that protect their users from getting their data harvested, or potential reward systems if they choose to contribute. But this is more bullish for ICP than Caffeine. I just thought I'd mention it. ICP also brings transparency to training. Crypto doesn't lie, fingerprints are always left behind, so if faulty data is fed to the AI, those who fed it can face accountability. If AI gives you something bad that becomes costly, entities who fed the bad data can be identified. Now, another great thing about Caffeine AI is that the public can invest in it. Most of the other competition is privately funded, and if you want exposure, you'll likely need to invest in an adjacent industry that uses it, like compute hardware or electricity. But since you need ICP to host Caffeine apps, and soon you'll be able to pay in ICP, holding it can give you closer exposure. And it's the only crypto people buy to burn on purpose for the services, which gives you a natural scarcity driver. And it's possible that one day Caffeine will leave Web 2 and generate code 100% on-chain, which would greatly increase the burn rate. Dfinity has mentioned how that's what they want to do, but it won't be in the near future because the Web 2 AI models are just so advanced right now. They've had billions invested into them. But the more successful Caffeine is, the more ICP gets bought and the more ICP gets burned, which is a perfect formula for price gains. And since cycle burn is tied to fiat, those gains don't add a volatile impact to the customer costs. But let's talk about what I'm most bullish on, which is later on the roadmap, we can expect crypto payment integrations. Apps and websites will be able to have payment layers, giving crypto way more utility, being able to pay for the service. And hopefully soon we'll be able to prompt functionality to crypto. For example, I want to create an online arcade where you pay to play games and can win tickets you spend on a virtual prize booth, exchanging NFT art that you can then use to buy real life t-shirts and hats. The first integratable cryptos on Caffeine will inevitably be chain keys. I believe Caffeine will become an angel service for crypto in general. The largest projects will scramble to get a chain key so that they can be a part of it. But most importantly, as financial systems fall apart, Caffeine AI will accelerate crypto adoption by making online businesses able to take payments with a single prompt. This will be one of the most useful tools for bringing Satoshi's dreams to reality. Bitcoin maxis will be forced to acknowledge ICP's capabilities, and that's not just another altcoin, but an entire infrastructure for everything. And what's crucial when mixing AI, payments, and regulations together is that the code is 100% on-chain, so backdoors can be audited. How could anybody trust AI with their money or any other way? This would be a challenge for Web 2. If users and businesses want AI agents to be able to sign transactions, they won't be able to compete with the security of ICP, who can put AI and payment layers into the same smart contract. Web 2 will be stuck relying on centralized payment processes who will manage the risk but remain pesky gatekeepers. Now, Caffeine AI will still leave refuge for regular fiat because their stablecoins will be included in the future, and also gold stablecoins if currencies around the world choose to shift back to gold backing. But crypto payments alone will set off a mania as it provides an insane layer of utility, especially to meme coins. Meme communities can go off making some amusement software that their coins can interact with. This will inject a new vitality into the meme casino, and all with the ICP network in the background. And also NFTs are on the roadmap as well. Your art can become VIP passes to any kind of software. Now, if tokenized stocks become integratable, companies could give these perks to their investors, making their stocks more appealing to buy. And RWAs will also be able to grow more organically if they get interrupted as well. Even though they're more dependent on centralized custody, the custodians can receive royalties from those who add their services, allowing them to scale faster. And one day, even AI agents could be in the Caffeine App Store, clonable so that people can add them to the softwares that they're needed in. Business websites will be able to take them and train them without needing to set up their own servers so that they can have peace of mind that their data is secure. And not to mention institutions who use Utopia, which is the ultimate security silo, they can use the Caffeine AI to build their networks as well. There's just so much room to grow with caffeine that the future's never looked more promising for ICP. I believe this is a tipping point. Now, Caffeine AI is being advertised as a service you do not need to be knowledgeable on crypto to use, meaning there's no crypto learning curve, which is exactly what crypto needs for real life adoption. Ideally, no one will even realize they're using ICP, and it'll be mobile based, so it's accessible to almost everyone on the planet. Some of the stats say there's like 5 billion people who have cell phones. All of them can use it whenever they want. You can work on your apps wherever you go at whatever time, and you don't need a high-speed internet to send a text to an AI. All you need is just enough internet to send that text. So if you're ever in a tight bind and you have to change something right away, you can do it almost instantly, which is useful if people's businesses really depend on the apps that they make. This is so important because the internet computer's greatest selling point is online sovereignty, but this hasn't really resonated with the people who need it most. So if it can attract users by the merits of its convenience and abilities, then we can push the conversation of online freedom to them and hopefully push the snowball down the hill for the bull run that this narrative deserves. Now, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give a like and a comment. And if you don't mind, share the video online so that the channel can grow. And if I missed something, or got something completely wrong, or you feel I could have explained something better, please let me know below so I can improve my content. I know this week has been rough for a lot of people and some voices in the community have capitulated, but keep in mind, ICP isn't a typical investment. An investment in ICP is sending your money to war for an online freedom. The reward matches the risk. And I do believe that one day we'll all be millionaires. At the very least, I guarantee you that hack-proof software isn't going anywhere. Well, thank you very much and have a good day. And I'll catch you on the next one. Yes.